Cillian Murphy. What if the quietest guy in the room carried the loudest storm inside him? Look into those blue eyes, and you'll see it. Cillian Murphy didn't climb by shouting. He rose by turning silence into fire. And just when the world said, "He's finally at peace," the storm kept talking. He wasn't born into fame. In Cork, a steady home and strict schools taught order, not confession. Little Cillian wasn't the noisy kid. He watched. He listened. He learned to hide big feelings in small gestures. Music became his first escape late nights with a guitar, songs nobody heard. A record deal almost happened, then vanished. He didn't explode. He folded the pain, stored it, and walked on. Law school came next on paper, but his heart? Elsewhere. He drifted into tiny theaters with cold floors and warm lights, performing for peanuts and empty chairs. Then, bang, disco pigs. 3 weeks turned into 2 years and several continents. A suitcase. Cheap dinners, pure purpose. That's where the switch flipped. The quiet kid found a voice that didn't need volume. The camera found him in 28 days later. Overnight, the world knew his face. Offers poured in, mostly for darkness villains, haunted men, broken souls. He could have coasted. Instead, he swerved into risk. Breakfast on Pluto demanded tenderness and courage. It hurt to make and healed something bigger. The wind that shakes the barley rooted him. Inception proved he could carry stillness into spectacle. And then came the crown of grit. Thomas Shelby in Peaky blinders. Long shoots, endless herbal smokes, months away from home. Sometimes he'd stare at the mirror and wonder where Cillian ended and Tommy began. And just when you think that's the peak, Oppenheimer. He read until dawn, pared himself down to bone, and wore genius like a burn. The awards arrived, sure. But look at his face on that stage. There's pride. And there's the cost. Loss. Walked beside him too. Helen McCrory wasn't only Polly Gray. She was the pulse of that world. When she passed, the set felt colder, the scenes heavier. He didn't rush to public statements. He carried it the way he carries everything, quietly, honestly. What held him together? Love that doesn't need a spotlight. Yvonne McGuinness, the artist who saw the person before the fame. 2 sons, Malachi and Iran. A life near the sea. No private jets. No circus. Trains, books, long runs, simple meals. He once treated his body like a tool for art. Now, it's a home. Balance over buzz. Presence over praise. Now, here's the twist. Stepping back didn't dim him. It made him sharper. He chooses scripts like letters from old friends. He keeps no social feed. He's not hiding. He's refining. Fame is currency, and he spends it wisely. So, what's the truth behind those eyes? Cillian Murphy turned silence into meaning, pain into craft, and fame into a life he can actually live. If that moved you, it's because somewhere in your story, there's a storm you're still learning to carry too. If this spoke to you, hit like, drop a comment with your favorite Cillian Murphy role, and subscribe for more stories told with heart. And hey, share this with someone who needs a reminder. You don't have to be loud to be powerful.